Hello, it is Crystal, and I am back with another bullet journal video. I'm gonna see how many months of this year that I can do this. So yeah, for February, I have decided to do a loose watercolor with poppy illustrations over top of it. So I have several different pinks that I just mix up on the fly. Like, I don't really have a plan for what kind of pinks to do. And then after I get that washed down and it dries, I'm using, first I started using I think it's a Copic marker. I don't know where it went. I was gonna check. But yeah, I think it's a Copic pen. And I didn't like that the tip kept getting weird. It kept like not producing it well. So I switched to my Uniball Signo and I only used the Copic pen for the accent lines on the illustrations. But yeah, the poppies were surprisingly not that hard to draw. You just did basic leaf shapes and then add in your accent lines and bam, you're done. Yeah, that's about it for that. I also chose to do a very elongated script as the font, and then just my regular handwriting as the sub font. So yeah, here I am drawing more poppies. I also chose the quote from my quote page, a little progress each day adds up to big results. I think it sounds like something from Atomic Habits, the book, but I don't know exactly where that quote comes from. But I assume that it's from Atomic Habits, which is a great book. Totally recommend it, by the way. And yeah, here's a close-up of my poppies and the light watercolor wash, which I love how it looks. It turned out really cool, having like the crisp poppy lines with like the loose watercolor wash behind it. I love that look. It looks super cool. Now I'm moving on to my calendar page. I'm gonna draw about 1 billion boxes. Oh man, this page is where I mess up. And it's like the second month of my bullet journal and already I'm messing up. But that's okay, because bullet journaling is all about going with the flow and fixing your mistakes or living with your mistakes and just letting it happen. So I did attempt to fix my mistake, and even though it didn't turn out perfectly, I think it turned out good enough, and I'm just gonna accept it and move on. I'm also using some Crayola Super Tips and a Tombow marker in various pinks as an accent, so I don't have to use watercolor on, for everything. I like using the markers for like shadows or accents or whatever. So yep, here's where I mess up. I start on Monday and I'm supposed to start on Sunday for the calendar. And I tried to white out it, but the Tombow wouldn't go over the whiteout, so it didn't look very pink. So I had to get another notebook, or you can use the pages in the back of your notebook. But I had a spare notebook from last year. And I cut out a piece of paper like that was dot grid too, and just put that over top of it. So, and it's fixed. Ta-da! So then I go ahead and do the same watercolor pinks, using just various pinks as I mix them up. I think it's kind of cool to see how they mix up on the side. I'm waiting for it to dry. And here I go back with the poppies, and I will let you enjoy that. Oh, another thing I wanted to note is if this video seems a little choppy or weird, it's because I was playing with the frame rates of recording it. I recorded this in 4K at 24 frames per second. I really like how 24 frames per second looks when I'm filming things that are not bullet journal related, because it looks very cinematic. But I'm not sure what I will film my overtop views of bullet journaling with anymore, because the 24 makes it seem a little bit choppy. So sorry if that's a little weird this time, but it's an experiment and I'm still learning. Now for my habits and content calendar pages. I actually wasn't quite sure what exactly I wanted to do besides a habit tracker, because like I had in my January setup, I have a yearly mood tracker, and I don't really need to track it monthly if I'm tracking it yearly with my year in pixels at the beginning of my book, which I find a lot easier than tracking it monthly. So I knew I wanted habits, and then I wasn't sure what else to do. I have been posting a lot of content to like my Instagram and everything else, so I did make a content calendar so I could figure out when I'm posting and where I'm posting. And that covers 2 pages. So I really wish I had one more one-page thing, but I couldn't think of anything that I needed to track, and I didn't want to just make pages just to make pages, you know? Like, this is my bullet journal, it's supposed to be useful. So, yeah. And like I said, the left page is going to be for the content calendar. So my right page, since I didn't have a one-page thing to put there, I just decided to do a one-page weekly, which is not my favorite layout because I think it looks a little, you know, unfinished or something. And I'm not sure I like having the tasks by itself. I think I prefer having the tasks underneath the days so I know what day to do them. But yeah, and then I can move on to my spreads, my double pages of weeklies, which I like much better. And I can decorate them a lot differently. I really like having these boxes. I believe they're 8 by 17 squares. So I put them in my weeklies twice, actually. Once on the outside, like you'll see now, and then once on the inside, and where I decorate the outside instead. So yeah, the boxes are like perfect size, and they keep everything nice and contained, which I like a lot. So I'll probably repeat that for several months, if not like the whole year. We'll see how it goes on. And I move on to week 7. I decided to do all of my monthly or my weeklies at once, just so I can have them kind of already set and I don't have to worry about them throughout the month. So I decided to show you as I make my weeklies too, because why not? I mean, it makes the video a little bit longer, but I think people might like to see how I set up my weeklies every week, so. And I kind of like having them done before the month is even here, because then all I have to worry about is March instead of February and March, you know. And I really like this layout as well. There's not a lot of decoration on this page, but that kind of gives me a little bit of a break, so I don't mind it. And the boxes are nice and large, so I can put many tasks and appointments in there as I want, which is great because I've been really busy lately. Oh, and I'm referring to my last month when I did this. I realized I didn't leave spaces to write what day it was on them like I did last month, so this month is a little bit janky, but it still gets the job done, which is what a bullet journal is all about. after I set up those pages, I decided to go back and decorate them with some watercolors and poppies again. So I don't remember if I put poppies on this page or if it's just watercolors. Nope, I put poppies on it. Yeah, I just thought it was really pretty and a nice way to like brighten up my week as I go along. The pages do crinkle a little bit or warp a little bit with water, but they easily press down. I left it overnight with some cups of water on top of it, or jars of water rather, and some candles. And that was heavy enough to make the pages lay flat again. So even though the pages did warp with the heavy watercolor use, they didn't bleed through, and they went straight back to being straight again once you press them. And this is a new thing that I'm doing that I really wanted to show in a video. Is I've started it as of this year. I'm doing a monthly review and a currently section. So the monthly review is just to say like my highs, lows, and overall like what did I learn about this month. And then the rest of it is like what am I currently watching, eating, doing, reading, just so I can get a vibe of like what's happening in the month. So when I look back, I can be like, oh yeah, I was really into that at that time. So yeah, here's the final flip through. Thank you so much for watching if you made it this far. And I can't wait to make another video for next month. Thanks. Enjoy. Bye.